Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Welcome to Bellow Field, where we have a matchup between the number 5 ranked Jumbos and MIT from nearby Boston. My name is Niles Lowe. I'll be your commentator for today. The Jumbos coming off a tough loss against number 1 Middlebury last week, 16-9, while MIT is coming off a resounding 26-1 win versus Emerson College. The Jumbos hoping to add on to their 6-2 record, while MIT is hoping to break into the top 25. Both teams ready to take the field here on a relatively clear day at Bellow. We apologize for the lack of no video, but get that resolved shortly as we get ready for the first draw. Number 9, Madeline Delaney, the junior for Tufts. Takes and wins the draw against Rabinold, the senior, as the Jumbos move the ball into the offensive end. Jumbos setting up their offense for the first time here today. Carden now with the ball. Carden with the dodge, leading this Jumbos team with 22 goals, moves the ball behind. As the Jumbos set up in their open set, looking to open up opportunities on this backside with the two-woman game. Great dodge from the Bows, moving it behind. Ball up top now with Dean. Dean looks to set up her dodge. Keeps it in her left, moves it up top. And it'll be the first foul of the day. A free position opportunity for the Jumbos. Dean with it now. Dean decides not to take the shot, instead moves it back up top. Jumbos now continuing to cycle the ball. Madeline Delaney. Dodging, left hand. Cuts inside. And it'll be another free position opportunity for the Jumbos. Jumbos averaging a 48% free position conversion rate on the season. Madeline Delaney again decides not to shoot, moves it inside instead. Shot blocked, but the Jumbos back it up. No shot clock reset since the ball made no contact with the goalie or the cage. 5 seconds to shoot now. Inside, and that'll be a quick and early goal for Caroline Walter. Walter adding on to her 6 goals this season with her 7th. And the Jumbos really taking advantage of the full shot clock there, scoring with about 5 seconds left. Multiple free position opportunities, but instead the goal comes from settled offense. We return to the center dock. And Madeline Delaney comes up with the draw. Second on the team with now 38 draw controls. And the Jumbos settle back into the offense. Far side, it's Caroline Conahan, dodging, left hand, cuts inside. Unable to turn the corner, but does draw the foul. And it will be a yellow card for an already thin MIT team with 3 substitutes on the bench. You have to imagine that early penalties like this were not what they were looking for in this game. Jumbos now with their 3rd free position opportunity with only 2 minutes into the game so far. Jumbos now cut inside, shot and score. Number 28, Caroline Conahan. Adding on to her total of 14 goals on the season. And for a Jumbos team that was struggling to score goals last game against Middlebury, they've come off to a fast start today. The Jumbos have lost twice this season, and in both games they've scored less than 10. And today it certainly looks like they're back on track. Madeline Delaney again at the X. Now facing Gwen Flush, the freshman. And the Jumbos with a 3rd straight draw control. Dominant so far at the center dot as Dean moves it into the zone. Ball now in the stick of Margie Carden, leading the team with 22 goals. And the Jumbos here are choosing to settle instead. Looking for cutters on the backside, trying to open up some sort of offense off a dodge here. Up top to Carden. Carden dodging with her right hand, moves it behind. L'Esperance now. And the Jumbos look to set up the same play again on this left wing. Hoping to set up a dodge and then isolate a cutter up top. But great defense by number 6, Katie Bell. And the Jumbos here seem to be in no rush at all, trying to use as much of this shot clock as possible. Mishandled by Dean up top, but no pressure from the MIT defense here, allowing them to move the ball up top freely. Carden now with it. Carden dodging, splits to her right. Carden trying to get underneath but can't. L'Esperance now. Cut inside, shot. And Abby Collier unable to save that one as it bounces up and under. And the Jumbos offense has come out in full force today. 3-0 Bows as less than 4 minutes has come off the clock so far today. And you have to imagine that for a Jumbos team that went up against the Tufts Middlebury team last week, a lot of members of this white and blue breathing a sigh of relief today. Madeline Delaney now. And that'll be a foul going to the Jumbos. And the Jumbos look to move fast here, picked up by Jenna Gibbons. Gibbons trying to get outside, but the ride from MIT forcing her back into the middle, passing it across the field. And another foul. Great overpass. And the Jumbos, with about 65 seconds on the shot clock, settle into the zone for the first time. Great ride there from MIT, putting as much pressure on the midfielders as possible. But ultimately, the Jumbos find the overpass and are able to settle into some offense as Cardin with the ball up top. Cardin dodging to her left, tries to get inside, but the MIT Engineers are quick to double. Shot off the left post, that'll reset the shot clock. As it's Conahan on the far sideline, moving it up top. Emma Joyce. Joyce, who's leading the team with assists, moves the ball. Delaney now. Delaney, MIT again, quick to double. Seems to be something they're looking for all day, but when you double like that, it does leave opportunities near the crease. Caroline Walter unable to connect. 34 seconds on the shot clock now. Jumbos looking to dodge from up top. And it'll be another free position opportunity for the Bows. Decides not to take the shot, instead moves it back up top to Delaney. Delaney to Cardin. Cardin trying to split to her left, but again, that quick double team giving her no space. Up top now to Joyce. Joyce inside. And another free position opportunity. The Jumbos really taking advantage of all the pressure that MIT is putting on them. And with as many free position opportunities as they've had, a lot of them have not resulted in shots. Instead, they've been electing to move the ball up top and play settled offense. But with 6 seconds on the shot clock here, you imagine they're going to goal. And another stoppage, another free position opportunity. And with 3 seconds on this shot clock, you imagine this has to be a shot. Jenna Gibbons drives to the net and save out front by Collier. And MIT now with the ball for what feels like the first time this game. And as they try to move the ball in, it's a turnover caused by Weejack. A foul by the Jumbos, a foul against the Jumbos rather. And MIT is scrambling to get back against this quick Jumbos team. Cardin now dodging. And again, that double is quick, but Cardin able to look up and move the ball to the free player. Dean. Back up top. Delaney. Delaney to Joyce. Joyce setting up a dodge with a screen from Dean. Splits to her right hand. Delaney with it again. Feels like she's been everywhere this game so far. Great pass inside, shot and score. No doubt about that. As that goal was scored by Conahan, goal number 16 on the season. And a timeout here on Bello. So far a dominant performance from the Jumbos against an MIT team who has been prolific in scoring this season, but so far has been unable to have the ball on offense. The ball feels like it's been on the offensive end of the Jumbos this entire game. As MIT calling a timeout, trying to disrupt the flow of this one. after Coach Shoop for the Jumbos here, it's hard to imagine that she's telling her players to change anything that they've seen so far. And if you're MIT, Coach Versbrill, you're probably telling your players that, hey, once we get the ball onto the offensive end, let's settle it down. Let's use some of the shot clock. Let's get a good look. MIT's been playing a lot of defense so far today, and with a thin roster that they have, like I said, only 4 players on the bench, you have to imagine that these defensive minutes will add up quickly against a deep Jumbos roster. And for the first time today, we'll see Frericks at the center dot, as Madeline Delaney takes some well-deserved rest. And for MIT, I think you have to take advantage of a new player at the dot here and use this as some sort of momentum in a 4-0 game so far. But instead it's Jenna Gibbons who comes up with it, and she is driving down the far sideline. And again, the Bows look to settle. Mastro Buono now, up top to Cardin. And again, as fast as MIT is to double on Cardin, Cardin has been great all year moving the ball just like that. But instead MIT causes a turnover, and they'll push in transition here. Harrington driving hard, moving the ball to Flush. And MIT will settle into the offensive zone for the first time today. This MIT offense averages 18 goals a game on 32 shots. Gambino moves it behind. Gwen Flush now driving hard with her right hand. And MIT here with a great opportunity for their first shot of the game. Gwen Flush with it in her right hand, moves it up top. MIT offense, moving the ball quickly. Rabinold now to Flush. Moving the ball behind to Thomas. Thomas, the freshman, gets underneath and turns the corner. It's a quick face dodge there, able to get underneath the defender. And Thomas now will have a chance at goal. Thomas now driving to the net. Great move. Misses it left, but MIT with the backup will keep the ball here with about 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Great feed inside, but Kaufman with the save. And MIT with a solid first offensive possession there, but just unable to capitalize on the opportunity. And a great individual effort there from Fernanda Poulet. And the Jumbos here, back on offense. Mastro Buono moving it behind. This Jumbos team, it feels like today they're deliberately slowing the ball down on offense, really setting up the looks that they want, the plays that they're looking for. Not afraid to use as much of the shot clock as possible. And it's Collier coming out of the cage here, scooping up that ground ball. Great individual effort on her part. Hounded behind the net though. And it looks like Conahan was able to come up with a turnover. And they tried to go quick there, but the goalie is given a few seconds to return to the net. Oh, correction, it was MIT's ball rather than Tufts, so the quick start was for naught. And again, MIT in transition, needing some sort of offense here. Padalino now carrying. Great pass up ahead to Gwen Flush. Bell with it now, moving it up top to Peon. Flush. And MIT now, with their final sub being Arterburn, are now in a settled offense. Great move behind by Thomas, but unable to shake her defender. Arterburn moves it up top. Pion. Rolling to her left hand. And Arterburn draws a free position. And with this ball being slightly right of center field, this is a great opportunity for the Engineers, and just like that, MIT Engineers are on the board. Arterburn drove hard with her right hand, was able to sneak it underneath the stick of Kaufman. And just like that, you see the efficiency of this MIT offense. And as dominant as that performance was in the first quarter for MIT, I'm sorry, for the Jumbos rather, MIT now on the board, and this 4-1 lead is not as far as it felt like a couple minutes ago. Jumbos have been able to control a lot of the clock here by keeping the ball on the offensive end, using a lot of that shot clock, but MIT with some quick possessions, some quick shots, could turn it around quickly here. Delaney back with the draw. And MIT coming up with it. Feels like they have a little bit of momentum here, see if they can capitalize. Great pass up ahead to Arterburn. And Arterburn will carry into the zone here. And she'll keep pushing hard with her left hand, trying to get inside, but ultimately it's the check by Joyce that dislodges that ball, and the Jumbos look to clear. Ball is moved across to Kaufman, but Kaufman unable to find that on a skip pass. And an unforced error means MIT will have the ball back again with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Ball's behind now with Thomas. Thomas with 18 goals as well as 12 assists on the season. Certainly a threat behind the net. And the Jumbos respecting that, playing defense on her, face guarding her even when she doesn't have the ball. MIT now and Arterburn up top. Pressure there by Delaney. Drive right hand by Gambino, senior captain. Arterburn. MIT back into an open set, trying to create some sort of off-ball movement with some picks. Tufts doubling, but Rabinold able to spin out of it, turns the corner, left hand, and puts it far post. Great individual effort there by Rabinold, the senior. Leading the team with 40 goals, make that 41. And just refused to be denied there, turned the corner fast, and great shot selection, putting it low and away. And MIT with a little bit of momentum here. With 2 minutes and 20 seconds here, feels like if you can win this draw, go down, play some settled offense, you have to imagine that that if you're Coach Versborough, you are feeling great going into the end of this first quarter if you're able to get one back here, as they've now scored 2 straight. Big ground ball here, and it's Carden who comes up with it, running to space. Conahan again draws that quick double. MIT on defense is relentless, sending their double teams. Carden now with it. Doesn't have the matchup that she wants, so she moves it behind. Walter. Joyce splitting to her left hand. Slide comes, she moves the ball. Carden rolls inside, double again, moves it up top to an open Walter. Walter cuts inside. And a great save there by Collier. A kick save with that right foot. With the shot clock reset, there's about a 2-second shot clock difference. Carden rolling. Had her left hand, chooses to move it to her right. Skip pass to Zorn. Zorn now with it in her left hand, has her defender hung up. The Jumbos content to just sit behind the cage here, but instead feed inside. Another save by Collier. Collier with back-to-back saves. Feed inside, and that time Collier unable to come up with a save, as that was Conahan who finished inside, uncontested in the middle of the field. Just so tough for a goalie when you have absolutely no angle advantage. You're not able to take away a post, and you have all the goal for them to shoot at. With 14 seconds left in this first quarter, Delaney returns to the center dot. Seconds here as we return to the center. Score is 5-2 Jumbos. And correction, that goal was scored by Emma Joyce, assisted by Conahan. That's Joyce's 20th goal of the season. Delaney against Gambino. And Delaney, on her third attempt, comes up with the ground ball and moves it quickly ahead here. Jumbos with a chance for transition, but intercepted by Harrington. And with that, that is the end of the first quarter. The score is 5-2 Jumbos. The Jumbos, who jumped out to a quick 4-0 lead, but 2 straight from the Engineers, was able to cut the lead down, and finally the uncontested shot by Joyce there, returning it to a 3-goal difference. And if you're the Jumbos, I think that today they've chosen to play in this slow, methodical style where they allow their players to choose the matchups that they like, and they are not afraid to use the whole shot clock. And if you're MIT, it seems like on defense, they've chosen to be aggressive, sending double teams early, and so far it's paid off for them. They're able to force Carden to move the ball rather than cut to net, but Carden just too good distributing the ball and assisting right off the dodge that she's able to punish them a little bit for their aggressiveness. But if you're MIT, I think you're content with how that first quarter went, despite the goal difference. they had the ball a couple times on the offensive end and were pretty successful when they did that. So I think if you're Coach Versperl, you're telling your players that every time we've had the ball on offense, we've been able to capitalize. So let's be slow in transition. Let's be more deliberate. And let's make sure we're able to secure the ball on our end and then play some offense from there. And if you're the Jumbos coach shoot, I think you're telling your players that this is the exact style of game that you wanted to play today. And again, we apologize for any technical difficulties that may have occurred early on. And it's Delaney returning to the dot here, facing off against Gambino. And that draw is won by Pion, carrying upfield now. 3 jumbos on her, but ultimately able to carry it into the zone where she moves it behind. But again, an unforced error, a turnover, and then a foul. The MIT bench upset at the call, but it's Wijak who received the foul, moving it to Kaufman. Kaufman with an outlet pass up top. Pass was meant for Delaney, but Delaney unable to come up with it. And MIT now, Rabinold carrying fast into the zone. The Engineers hoping to capitalize on some sloppy play between the midlines so far. Arterburn now fakes the pass. Nice move there. Cuts inside with her left hand, but the jumbos slide quickly and look like she had her defender beat briefly, but unable to find a shot, moving it back up top. And MIT drawing the free position here from slightly left of center. Pound with it in her right hand, driving inside, puts it over the net. Hard to tell if Kaufman got a piece of that or not, but backed up by the Engineers. Rabinold now with it. Rabinold trying to get inside on her defender. Great feed inside. And MIT with a great piece of offense there. Ultimately, it was scored by Julianne Fluche. But MIT there seeming to get exactly the look that they wanted. Passing off the dodge after drawing the slide, finding the open attacker and putting that ball far and away. Kaufman really didn't have a chance on that one. And MIT now, difference, scoring this game 5-3. And MIT with some momentum here coming out of that first quarter. And that draw is won by Dian. Dian evading 3 MIT players there. And it's ultimately Gable who moves it into the zone for the Jumbos. And the Jumbos here again setting up their offense slowly, methodically, but Cardin trying to get inside, splits her right hand, beats her defender, shot and score. Cardin doing it all herself. Cardin, the team leader in goals, seemingly had no problem there driving to the net. Adding to this Jumbo's lead, score now 6-3. And that draw is won by Delaney. And Delaney has been absolutely on fire at the center dot today. The Jumbos setting up into their offense. It seems like they're moving it a little bit quicker in the second quarter. I think in the first quarter there was a very intentional and deliberate style where they were setting up a slow offense, using this first part of that shot clock to get into the set and getting the matchup that they wanted, but now they've moved into a quicker dodging style offense, ball moving quickly up top. Great defense there by Arterburn. Ultimately MIT coming up with the turnover. Harrington moving it back towards the net. Collier now. Collier with the outlet pass snatched out of the air there by Bell, and MIT here setting up a great clear. Arterburn in a lot of trouble here, spin of a triple team. And MIT here having to sort of throw that ball forward into the zone. And Bell comes up with it, and now MIT, with 60 seconds on the shot clock, is in the offensive zone. Rabinold carrying behind. Shifty move there by Thomas, but unable to shake there. And this MIT team has been great moving the ball off of dodges this year, averaging over 10 assists a game. And just like that, the feed inside, able to find Rabinold, and Rabinold able to find the back of the net. Score now 6-4. This Jumbo's defense talking it over. It feels like there's been a couple possessions now where slides have not had second slides to go with them, leaving people open on the crease. Delaney now at the dot against Gambino. This matchup has been mostly Delaney so far, but with some steals from Gambino in the middle of that. And as we say that, it is Gambino who comes up with their ground ball and draws the penalty, or the foul rather. Gambino with a great draw win there. MIT hoping to capitalize on some momentum here. MIT. That was Grace Ann Carlson driving to the net, able to draw the free position. Grace Ann Carlson, who started all 10 games this year for the Engineers, having 4 goals and 3 assists, hoping to add to her tally. free position, stick in her left hand from this near side. Drives to the net, and off the inside crossbar, ball picked up by Rabinold. That was a great take, had Kaufman beat there, but unable to sneak it past that inside post. Great feed inside, and what a take there. Wow, Julianne Fluch absolutely smoking the top left corner on the assist. And this MIT team has come to life as the Jumbos call timeout. MIT bench absolutely erupted after that shot. And MIT now seeming to get all the looks that they're wanting. The dodges are drawing slides, and slides are creating openings inside. And if you're the Tufts defense, I think, you know, there's a lot of aggression that's not being capitalized on. There's mistakes by the MIT engineers, turnovers and ground balls that just need to go the Jumbo's way if they want to succeed in this second quarter. But also some tough shots for Kaufman so far. A lot of point-blank opportunities for this MIT team. Not something any goalie really wants to experience. And this MIT team has really come to life here. Lots of energy on that sideline. And as dominant as Delaney was in that first quarter and early in this second quarter, it is Gambino who has come up with the last couple draws here. And MIT, the engineers, have been able to turn the draw controls into points in the offensive end. And Gambino with another one, pushing in transition, but an errant pass scooped up by Wijak, drawing the foul. Wijak now carrying up the near sideline, moving the ball into the zone, but it will remain with the Jumbos. Wijak scooping it up, moving it back. And this MIT ride has been putting a lot of pressure on this Jumbos, but ultimately it's Gable who carries into the zone. Gable looking to drive to the net, but MIT defender is there to meet her. And the Jumbos here on offense now. It's Cardin with it in her left hand. Again, draws that double. They're giving her a lot of respect on these dodges, realizing the threat that she poses. Dean moving it behind. Emma Joyce now. Joyce with the assist earlier. Looking to set up a dodge, but dodging with her head up, looking to feed it. Back to Cardin. And Cardin with the low to high bouncer on the run. She swept across the top of the net there, dodging with the stick in her right hand, and then bounced it high into the opposite corner. Tough shot for goalies to react to as they see that shot come low, and they're unable to sort of get low and then get back up as the shot hits the turf. Great shot selection there for Cardin. And again, Cardin, the team leader on this Jumbos team in goals, being shown a lot of respect by this MIT defense. They're quick to double her on almost all of her dodges, but you can see the patience in her offense where she dodges and re-dodges. Score now 7-5 Jumbos. 9 minutes left in this second quarter. looked like Gwen Flush there slipped on that edge of the circle. And the Jumbo's able to capitalize on that opportunity, settling into their offensive set. You can see a sense of urgency now from the Jumbos, moving the ball a lot faster on offense. Try to put some pressure on an MIT defense that's trying to get a little tired with how much time they've been spending on the field. Carden, again, you can see how fast that double's coming, but Carden moving the ball to where the slide came from. And that is Joyce, who is able to score there. And Carden there with a great heads-up play, dodging, drawing the slide, and then rolling back and able to move the ball to where the slide came from. And now open attacker Emma Joyce able to score. The Jumbo's now leading 8-5 after that quick goal. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left in this one. And it was a high jump ball in the middle, but it is ultimately Delaney who comes up with it. Jumbo's now beginning to find their rhythm on offense. Joyce now with it up top. Moving it to Gibbons, who sets up her dodge, splits to her left. Drops her defender, but unable to capitalize. But does draw the free position. Gibbons with it now. Driving to the net, gets inside and draws another foul. Will be from the same spot. And great save there by Collier, able to scoop that up. And great outlet pass to Arterburn. Arterburn able to draw two fouls there. And it looks like it will be a yellow card. And it's on Carden. Referee saying it was in the neck area. Coach Shute adamantly disagreeing, but with 7:30 left in this second quarter, the Jumbos will be one player down. As MIT looks to set up their clear. It's Harrington with it now, carrying. Harrington able to evade the first defender, moving the ball backwards. Lots of pressure from this Tufts team despite being one player down, but MIT able to get it into the offensive zone here. And some confusion on the field here, but referee has put up a green card. That'll be on Kate Dean, who joins Carden on the sideline here. Looks like it'll be a 1 minute foul for her third. And MIT, if you're MIT here, you really need to capitalize on this opportunity that you've been given. Having a two-player advantage in this offensive end. They've already been so successful on their offensive possessions when they've gotten them. They need to keep up that efficiency here And you can see now the pace that they're moving with. This ball is moving quickly along the top. They're trying to find the matchups that they want. And this Jumbo's defense rotating as fast as they can. Pass inside. And that'll be Ravenold who puts that away. Ravenold leading this team in goals, shows why that is, and buries that one. The score is now 8-6. Both penalties are released, so the Jumbos will return to an even play. But MIT able to take advantage of the woman up opportunity that they were given. Delaney and Gambino back at midfield. This matchup started off one-sided with Delaney winning most of the draws in that first quarter, but it has turned into a very even battle now. And that draw is won by Delaney. Delaney rolling away from the pressure. Moves it backwards. Gable with it now. Gable to Walter. Carden. Jumbo's back into this open set. And they flash 3 players through the crease. The look wasn't there. Great trail check. That was Katie Bell able to dislodge that ball, but the Jumbos come up with it. Looked like a great opportunity for the Jumbos to score there, but Bell able to throw a great trail check. Carden driving inside, but Collier with the save. Collier has been great in the second quarter. .540 left in the second quarter. Delaney setting up her dodge. Splits to her left, rolls back right, double comes. She's able to move the ball away from pressure. Dia now. Feed inside, unable to find L'Esperance. But the Jumbos keep possession here. There's been a couple of good defensive plays from MIT, but unable to come up with the ball. Carden splitting to her right. Good defense there from Hawkins. And that's off the left post. Carden inside was able to scoop up that ground ball, but unable to bury it. Sydney Hawkins of MIT with great pressure there on Carden. Shot clock resets to 50 seconds. And Collier with another save. She has been on fire in this second quarter. And MIT now moving the ball into the offensive end with some momentum here. Carlson carrying with her left hand, trying to get inside, unable to do so. This MIT team is patient when they dodge, looking for those cutters near the crease. Spin dodge by Arterburn. Draws the double, and it's the pressure from Jenna Gibbons who dislodges that ball. Able to come up with the ground ball at all, moves it to Kaufman. Kaufman now walking the ball up. Donlin now moving it to Delaney. And MIT with the turnover. Moving the ball back to Collier. MIT with a great efficient clear. 3 passes was all it took to get the ball from the goalie to the offensive end. Bell carrying it into the zone. Quick pass to Thomas. Thomas to Flush. Flush to Carlson. Up top to Arterburn. We've seen a couple of these MIT players slip so far. Have to wonder if it's the cold conditions here today. And Gwen Flush able to get inside, but Kaufman stood strong in the net, coming up with a huge save on a point-blank shot. And now the Jumbos go fast the other way. Weejack with it. Weejack with a great solo effort on that clear. Delaney now with it. Joyce to Gibbons. Gibbons to Conahan. The Jumbos again in this open set. A little bit slower here. I think they're trying to burn off as much of the second quarter as they can. But now they're going to see some movement. Walter with it, dodging, sticking her right hand, beats her defender. But great recovery, great defensive play by Bolin. Able to keep Walter from getting a shot off. A little under 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Emma Joyce dodging, has it in her right hand. Again, great help defense from MIT. Not letting up any shots so far. Carden with it now up top. Carden has the matchup that she wants, setting up a dodge on this right wing. But great defense. Delaney now sticking her left hand. And Delaney just cannot be denied, driving with her left hand. Moving right to left and then puts it far post. A tough shot on the run. An even tougher shot to save. And frustrated, you must be frustrated as MIT here, playing great defense for 60 seconds of the shot clock, but ultimately unable to come up with a stop. And Tufts adding to their lead. Score is now 9-6. And with Delaney off the field, it is now Grace Frericks taking the draw. Going up against Gambino. And this MIT team, despite having 4 subs, has not had a lack of energy today. Aggressive on both ends, but most importantly, aggressive on the defensive end, where they've been quick to double on a lot of possessions, but that certainly hasn't stopped their efficiency. But the Jumbos here going quick. Gable with it. Jumbos now. Shot clock is off for the last 50 seconds of this quarter. Carden carrying with her left hand. That time MIT slow to dodge, slow to double, but Carden moves the ball. Zorn tried to get inside there, but dislodged by MIT, and MIT with about 25 seconds here, hoping to get a final goal out of this half. Great pass up ahead. Rabinold driving, pass. Knocked loose, Thomas with it, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. MIT going fast. And an offensive foul on MIT means it will be Jumbo's ball, and that is how our first half ends here at Velo. The score is 9-6, Jumbos over MIT. And again, I think this is a game that for both teams you have to be happy with the outcome. The Jumbos starting off fast with 4 straight goals, but MIT keeping this one close. no short of energy on both sidelines, and I think if you're both head coaches, you have a lot to be happy about. But I think a lot of small adjustments you can make as well for MIT, having to be more deliberate, be more thoughtful in transition, get the ball into your offensive end where you can capitalize and you've shown you can score. And for Tufts, there's been a lot of success when you're able to play settled in your offensive end, but with some tempo, moving the ball quickly. And we'll be back with you after this.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Welcome back to Bellow Field, where the Tufts Jumbos are taking on the MIT Engineers. The score is Jumbos 9, MIT 6. And there is a change in goal for the Jumbos. It is now Pascal De Buren in net, the sophomore. Carden now with it. Carden setting up her dodge, has the matchup that she wants. Stutter step, stick in her right hand, drives hard off the bottom left corner. Able to get her own rebound. Shot clock does reset to 60. Great take there. Dean. Now Joyce. Sweeping across the top with her right hand. Able to get past her defender, but forced behind the net. Great save there by Collier. That ball was headed straight for the top left corner, but Collier was there to save it. Collier has been great in net here since the second quarter. After giving up a couple of early goals, she has been absolutely outstanding in between the pipes. And Walter making contact to Pion's head. It will be a yellow card for Walter. And it will be a 2-minute penalty. And MIT looking to capitalize on another woman up opportunity. Last time they were 2 women up, they were able to score. This time no different, but the pass is intercepted by Joyce. And Joyce, shot out of a cannon, pushes the ball in transition. Joyce to Conahan. And the Jumbos in transition in an unsettled set. It's Joyce who's able to score. But you can see that the Jumbos were looking to attack the whole way there, starting with the interception on the defensive end, pushing all the way to offense. At no point did the Jumbos look to settle there. They knew that they wanted to go to net, and they knew they wanted to do it fast. Just a great take there by the Jumbos. And MIT unable to capitalize on the woman up advantage. Instead, give up a goal. But the penalty is not released yet. Still 1:30 left. So MIT with still plenty of time here to capitalize on this opportunity. Score now 10-6 Jumbos. And it's a hold is called against Joyce. So Joyce with the possession now. Gibbons moving it into the zone to Carden. Carden now back to Gibbons. Gibbons ball up top. Jumbo's back in this open set. Keeping the ball hot before setting up their offense. Carden now with the front foot on her defender. Draws the double. Rolls out of it. Moves it to the backside where Conahan has the ball. Carden again with it. The call from the sideline is yellow until 20. But an errant pass makes it so that the shot clock will never reach that time. And MIT with it now. Great individual effort there. It's Harrington carrying the ball into the zone, ultimately moving it to Rabinold, who sets up the offense. Arterburn now with it. Able to find Rabinold. Rabinold with it in her left hand. Unable to find an opening, but does move the ball along. And the penalty is released, so now both teams are even. Carlson with it. Ball's dislodged by Delaney, but Carlson able to scoop it up. 40 seconds of the shot clock now. 30 and 5. And just great help defense there from the Jumbos. It's ultimately Donlin who comes up with it, but it was with the help of Joyce that was able to dislodge that ball. And now Gibbons in transition to Joyce. Joyce across, one more pass to Walter, but great save there by Collier. And again, Collier adding to her saves today. Collier being trapped behind the net by Carden, but able to find Harrington here on this near sideline, but Carden now with it. Carden driving to the net and able to draw the free position. Carden received that pass and was not to be denied. With it now on the right side of the arc. Not able to squeeze it past Collier. Collier with another great save. But that ball will stay with the Jumbos. Walter quickly picks it up behind the net, moving it fast up top. Joyce now with it. Joyce to Gibbons. And again, Jumbos in this open set. Going back to that, what we saw a lot of in the first quarter, that slower offense. But Delaney drops her defender. Delaney with the free position opportunity dropped her defender on the way there. Great opportunity here for the Jumbos. Delaney to the net. Another great save by Collier. Tipped that with her stick. And Walter with another penalty. Heading to the bench for the second, heading for the bench for the second time this quarter. Frustrated with the call. And Coach Shute is furious, asking the referee about a call that she felt was missed earlier in that sequence, but and the referee having nothing to do with that, as it is MIT's ball now, ball with Collier. 9 minutes left in this third quarter rather. That pass is a little bit short. Padalino unable to come up with it, but it is MIT ball. Bell with it now. Bell moving up this near sideline. And it will be a green card on Tufts for 1 minute. Tufts bench frustrated by the call. It is Bell here on this near sideline with Carden marking her. 2 Tufts players in the box now, but Bell elects to move it back into the defensive end. Great pass up ahead to Arterburn. Arterburn to Flush. Flush back to Arterburn. Arterburn back to Flush. And MIT moves it behind the net. They are 2 players up here. looking to push the advantage. Gambino trying to turn the corner. And it is Rabinold who draws the free position opportunity. Rabinold with the bouncer. She took maybe a step before firing that into the turf and bouncing it up into the top left corner. And that seems to be the first shot that De Buren faced since she has entered the game, and a tough one to save. The score is now 10-7 Tufts. And Tufts will still be 2 players down here on this draw. No lack of energy on either of these sidelines here, despite the intermittent rain that has come through Bellow Field. .8:20 left in the third quarter. Madeline Delaney back at the X, joined by Gambino. And this draw is headed straight towards Gwen Flush, who scoops it up and spins out of the double team. Still hounded by Tufts defenders, but somehow moves the ball to Gambino. And Gambino here with a head of steam moving behind the net. Hounded by Gibbons, but ultimately moves the ball back to Flush. Arterburn now. Rabinold. Thomas, who's been very shifty with her dodges all game, moves it to Arterburn. Arterburn with it in her left hand, unable to turn the corner. Double comes fast, she moves it. Rabinold. Back to Gambino. Gambino wants it in her right hand. 40 seconds on the shot clock. Arterburn with it now. And that shot just misses, but backed up by MIT. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Gambino asking for it. Cuts out of the way, but great pass to Gambino. And what a combination that is. Gwen Flush drove up this near sideline towards Gambino, and Gambino, rather than setting a pick, slipped it towards the net. A great pass over the defender to Gambino, and Gambino buries it. A tough entrance so far for De Buren, but MIT with a lot of momentum here. 2 straight goals. Score now 10-8 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Timeout called by the Jumbos. And again, for an MIT team who only has 4 subs, there is no lack of energy on that side of the sideline. It's been a tough game so far, but a lot of determination from the Engineers. And as both teams break the huddle here after this timeout, the score is again Jumbos 10, Engineers 8 with 7 minutes in this third quarter. It will be a draw with Madeline Delaney joined by Lindsay Gambino. Gambino has been a large part of the MIT offense this game, but as well as throughout the season with 8 points last game. The senior has been absolutely pivotal in controlling the flow of the game at this center as well as in the offensive half. But it is Delaney who shovels it deep into the offensive zone and is able to secure the ball. Ball behind the net now. Zorn with it. Zorn directing traffic behind the net as the Tufts set up 5 cutters up top. Lesperance moving it now. Back to Gibbons. Gibbons rolling back, and now it's Cardin with the matchup that they like. Cardin dodging hard to her right. Slide doesn't come, so she still has the one-on-one that she likes, rolling away from pressure, moving it behind to Lesperance. Back up top, less than 40 seconds on the shot clock now. It's Conahan with the screen by Cardin. Cardin slips off the screen, dishes inside, but saved by Collier. Collier moves it quickly up the field as the Jumbos set up their ride. It's a great solo effort by Harrington, moving the ball up the field, surrounded by 2 Jumbos, but and disbelief from the Jumbos fans as it is MIT ball, despite the fact it was Harrington who dropped it out of bounds. MIT now on offense. Thomas now across the field to Arterburn. And MIT clears out, giving Arterburn space. Arterburn looking for cutters, but unable to find any. Is able to get past Delaney, but ends up moving behind the net. 30 seconds on the shot clock now. Carlson tries to turn the corner, but it's the double team from Delaney that dislodges the ball. And DeBuren with it now, looking to set up the clear. Great overpass, able to find Gable, and Gable slips past 2 defenders and is charging up the field. Makes the pass ahead to Wijak. Wijak to Cardin, and the Jumbos with about 70 seconds on the shot clock here. Feels like they need a goal. Pace of play has certainly slowed down in this third quarter. Both teams seem content to use a lot of the shot clock, create opportunities off the dodge rather than unsettled situations. 40 seconds on the shot clock. Conahan up top. Dian has the matchup that they want. The Jumbos clear out. Dian driving hard to her right, unable to get past her defender, and instead moves it back up top. Great move there. Joyce able to free up her right hand, but it is the turnover. But it is MIT's possession now. Harrington moves it back. Scary there for a second as she drew the double, but able to find the open player. And MIT back into this offensive end. Score is 10-8. 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Rabinold now with it. Rabinold to Flush. Behind to Gambino. Gambino turning the corner hard. Trying to get underneath Wijak, but great defense. Rabinold. Double comes fast from this Jumbo's defense. 40 seconds on the shot clock. Feed was inside to Gambino, but she puts it wide of the net. De Buren was all over it. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Flush behind the net, looking for those cutters. Able to find one, but pass was a little bit too high for Rabinold. And that's the turnover for the Jumbos, just what they needed on the defensive end. 2 minutes left in this quarter. Jumbos now setting up the clear on this near sideline, but the pass is intercepted by Katie Bell. But Delaney somehow comes up with it. Lots of traffic there. Delaney now driving to the net, but ultimately able to draw the free position. And Coach Shute from this near sideline screaming that Delaney's goggles were dislodged on that check, meaning there was contact to the head area. See what the call is here. Referee explaining the clock situation has nothing to do with the contact to the head area. But it will be a free position opportunity for Madeline Delaney here. Just a little bit to the right of the arc. Jumbos here need a goal to extend their lead. Delaney drives to the net, and that ball is dislodged and put over the top. Collier did not even have to make a save there, as that ball never made it to the net. Ball with Cardin now. Cardin up top to DN. Delaney now has the matchup that they want. Feed inside, great catch in traffic, and Emma Joyce puts that one away. I have no idea how she found that ball amidst all the sticks in that lane, but able to snag that ball out of nowhere and bury it. And the Jumbos now leading 11-8 with a minute left in this third quarter. A much needed goal for this Jumbos offense, which has stalled a little bit here in the second half against a resilient MIT defense. With a minute left, the shot clock is off for this final draw. Ball goes forward, and it will be a hold against MIT, so it will be Tufts ball for the last minute here. Jumbos now, Cardin with it on this near sideline. Moving it up top. Split dodge by Conahan, unable to find anything with it though. Ball cycled back up top, 30 seconds left in this quarter. Delaney now with it. Delaney splits to her left, trying to get through traffic, but moves the ball behind. 20 seconds now. Conahan moves it to Cardin, and Cardin has the matchup. She's gonna go, splits to her right, tries to get underneath, rolls back to her left, splits back to her right, gets inside, shot between the legs, and that will count. what a combination of moves there by Cardin. Defender had no idea where she was going, but Cardin had every idea where she wanted to bury that ball, and that was between the legs of Collier. Great individual effort there from Cardin, recognizing the matchup and the time that was left, only leaving 5 seconds left on the clock. The score now 12-8. In a blink of an eye, the Jumbos here have brought that lead back to 4. 5 seconds left in this quarter. Delaney wins that draw to herself, and with 2 seconds left, she makes the pass to the center of the field to Dien. And that will end our third quarter here at Bello. The score is Jumbos 12, Engineers 8. As we enter the fourth quarter here at Bello, the score is Jumbos 12, Engineers 8. As we take the field here for the final quarter of this game. It's been a close one so far. The Jumbos have had a comfortable lead at a lot of times in this game, but MIT really just won't go away, keeping it no more than 4 goals at a time. And with a great win there by Gambino, MIT here with a chance to close the gap a little bit early on in this fourth quarter. Ravenold now. Great feed inside, but a great check by Gable. Gable has been a great defender for this Jumbos team all year. Able to deny what looked like a great feed inside for MIT. And now the Jumbos will have their chance on offense. It's Cardin now with it. Cardin splitting to her right hand, draws the double, re-dodges, but great check on defense. It's Padalino who made the check and came up with the ground ball as Bell carries it into the offensive zone, feeding it to Ravenold. Arterburn now. MIT back in this open set, setting up their offense. 60 seconds on the shot clock. Ravenold with it on this near wing. With it on the right hand. Great feed, but Pion unable to get inside. Carlson now with it. Carlson with it in her left hand. Passes it back to Arterburn. Arterburn trying to get past some tough defense from the Jumbos here. 30 seconds on the shot clock. And Pion there driving hard with the right hand, able to draw the free position. MIT team a little bit under 50% on free position opportunities this year. And Pion with an absolute stinger under the crossbar. Put that into the right corner. Great take from this MIT team. Score is now 12-9. And this MIT team has really capitalized on these free positions and these extra women opportunities today, taking advantage of the mistakes that the Jumbos team are making or the opportunities they've been given. And again, this matchup of Delaney and Gambino at the center dot has gotten better as this game has gotten on, with the two of them trading draws throughout this game now. But this one goes to the Jumbos, and the Jumbos will look to push transition here. Great pass to Cardin. Cardin moves it behind. Ball is settled by Conahan. Moving the ball to Joyce. Joyce trying to get underneath. And the Jumbos bench absolutely furious. Hard to tell what the call was there. But it will be a foul on Emma Joyce. Comes to the bench, and the Jumbos coaching staff absolutely furious at the yellow card that was given. And it will be a 2-minute unreleasable foul. And it seems all three parties involved in that conversation, the Jumbos coaching staff, the MIT coaching staff, and the referee, are sort of discontent with the way that ended, but play will resume here. MIT with the ball, setting up their clear. And great disruption by the Jumbos there, but MIT able to come up with it regardless. MIT with it now, entering the zone. Arterburn now. Great individual effort. That's Gambino again. Just will not be denied on these wing dodges. Getting to the net at will, and just a matter of if the Tufts goalie can get there in time. Great offense here from MIT. They like to set up these dodges in the top part of the zone with a lot of cutters in and around the crease, and when you have four players who are all cutting at the same time, it's tough as a defense to keep track of all the movement, and the Jumbos call timeout as the score 12-10 is having Coach Shute discussing game plans moving forward with this Jumbos team. And as the Jumbos return to the field here, the weather is certainly not improving as a light drizzle has now hit the field. And both teams take the field with some energy here, ready to attack the rest of these last 12 minutes of this game. Draw goes straight up in the air. And it's a foul called against MIT. It's Wijak who carries all the way through the zone. Bit of confusion here between the referees, but it is Jumbo's ball. Setting up their offense here with a 2-goal lead. Still one player down here, as it is Emma Joyce who has 40 seconds left on her foul. And Jumbo's in no rush to push this ball with the player down, electing instead to just kill out the penalty. Cardin now with it. Again, just dancing around the edge of the box, waiting for this penalty to release. 5 seconds left on the penalty now. And we are now even with 25 seconds on the shot clock. The Jumbos begin their offense for the first time. Zorn, unable to turn the corner, is able to make the feed inside to Les Perrons, who sneaks that one past the goalie onto the right post. And just great patient offense there. It felt like by killing off the penalty, they may have lulled the MIT defense to sleep a little bit, and the quick attack caught them off guard. But great efficient offense there from MIT. Score now 13-10, a little under 10 minutes left in this one. The Jumbos just can't seem to add to their lead. It seems like every time they add a goal to their tally, MIT is right there to match it with them. And with another draw win, this Tufts team hopes to add to their goal difference here as Joyce carries the ball in. Carden directing traffic up top, drives up with her right hand, tries to roll back, but good defense there from the Engineers. This Tufts team, patient in their offense now, in no rush with their 3-goal lead. Setting up this wing dodge with Zorn. Carden now has her defender hung up. Carden able to drive and turn the corner, but cannot take a shot. Instead feeds inside to Joyce, and Joyce able to bury. This is not deja vu, this is not a replay, this is Joyce dinking and dunking and putting the ball away. And it will be a timeout from MIT as the Jumbos here have some momentum, and the MIT coaching staff hoping to put a stop to that. Both teams take the field here. A little under 9 minutes left in this one. But it will be a draw. The score is Tufts 14, MIT 10. Draws straight up in the air. And scooped up by the Jumbos right along the line. Great heads up play there from L'Esperance, recognizing that she would be able to get to that ball as it entered the zone. Carden now with it. And the entire Jumbos team has cleared out, letting Carden go to work here in a one-on-one matchup. And Carden, one-on-one, just absolutely will not be denied. Cut to her right, rolled back left, and you could hear the sound of the pipe as she stung that left post. Carden seemingly having recognized the matchup that she likes, and the Tufts team more than happy to clear out and let her go to work. You could see MIT was trying to help early and trying to send a slide, but you also have to recognize that when Carden dodges like that, She has an ability to dodge with her head up and move the ball. Draw now. And it will be Jumbo's ball. Wijak tried to go quick with it, and it is Joyce who ends up going. Joyce into the zone. Carden now with it. 8 minutes left in this one. Score is 15-10. Carden now. Again, the Jumbo's team is letting her dodge one-on-one. They recognize that she has the matchup that she wants, and MIT slides and is not able to recover. Adley Zorn able to put it away. And this Jumbo offense has found the spark that they needed in Margie Carden. Carden, the preseason third-team All-American, showing exactly what she's made of here in this fourth quarter, coming to life when it matters. And this Jumbo's lead of 6 points is as big as it's been all day. And if MIT ever needed a draw win, it would be this one. And they come up with it with a penalty on the Jumbos. 7:20 left here. MIT now with it on offense. 70 seconds on the shot clock as they look to put a dent in this 6-goal lead. That's a great start with the feed inside. Rabinold puts that one in over the top of her defender, and the coaching staff of the Jumbos is absolutely furious, but MIT with their 11th goal of the day. The score now 16-11, 6:58 left in the fourth quarter. And as has been the case all day, just when the Jumbos seem to find their groove, MIT is able to find a quick response and keep this lead from turning into something that they cannot quite catch up to. And it will be Jumbo's ball. Wijak has been great on the draws today. Carden draws the double, moves it, and this Tufts offense has come alive today as Les Perrance puts Jumbo's 17th goal into the back of the net. And for an MIT team who hung tough all day, it seems like the lack of subs and the relentless pressure of this Jumbo's offense run through Margie Carden has proved to be just a little bit too much for them to handle. Score is now 17-11. And MIT coming up with a draw win. And they have the advantage here if they want to push it. Electing instead to slow it down. Floosh moving it to Arterburn. Carlson now with it on this near wing. Moving it to Arterburn. Arterburn driving hard but surrounded by Jumbos. Slide there was early. Thomas now. Thomas had Gable hung up. Thomas trying to get inside, but Gable just too strong, meeting her right there. Great pass to Gambino, but Gambino didn't look like she was expecting that pass. And Cardin able to help with the clear there, coming all the way out to the restraining box and carrying it herself into the zone. .5:30 left now in the fourth quarter. And the Jumbos have loved this set here today, where they get the matchup that they like down low, sending all their other players up top and not letting the MIT team slide in. Collier with a great save. Despite the 17 goals from Tufts today, Collier has had many great saves, preventing the Jumbos from adding to this lead. DN now. To Conahan. Ali Zorn to L'Esperance, and is Jumbo's team content to just slow it down in this open set and burn some of this time off the clock with 4:30 left? And a lot of contact in and around the crease area, but it will be a Jumbo's free position. And it will be Cardin taking it here. Cardin unable to find the net. And it will be Jumbo's ball. Lots of confusion there on the end line. It seemed like it could have gone either way as both players were there for the backup, but for little under 4 minutes left in this match, as L'Esperance now Conahan now with the one-on-one matchup, able to get inside and falling forward. Another free position opportunity for the Jumbos. Conahan with the free position opportunity, driving strong to the net and puts it wide of the post. Jumbos get the shot clock reset. Wow, great take there. Kick save by Collier. And MIT now with the clear. Moving it up the field to Katie Bell. Bell carrying by herself. Finds the player releasing from the box. Great heads up play there. Carlson now with it. And scary play there as Carlson loses her footing, but both players seem to be okay after that collision. And MIT coaching staff unhappy with that one. And with 2:30 left in this game, the Jumbos slow the pace down, moving the ball around the perimeter. Delaney now with it on the near wing. Stutter step, trying to get inside. And draws the free position opportunity. MIT coaching staff infurious at the call, but it will be Delaney's free position opportunity as she drives to the net, and great save by Collier. Ground ball loose, but it is the Jumbos who come up with it. 2 minutes left, and the shot clock does reset to 60. The Jumbos content here to slow this game down and bleed out the rest of this clock as they move the ball around the outside. It is ultimately Delaney who draws the matchup that they like, and she will attack from this near sideline, rolling, moving it back up top to Cardin. Cardin moving it behind, but unable to find Zorn. Zorn moving it up top to Cardin. Cardin rolling away from the pressure. Driving hard now, but draws the double. Splits out of it. Gets inside, but great trail check. Katie Bell with a minute left. The shot clock is off for the remainder of this game as MIT sets up their clear for what will likely be the final time of this game. Great individual effort from Padalino, carrying it into the zone. Finds Carlson. Carlson to Thomas. Thomas moving the ball up top to Arterburn, able to pick up the ground ball. 40 seconds remaining. Flips it to Rabinold. Roll dodge. Finds Gambino. Gambino pulling it out, recognizing the pressure. 20 seconds left. Thomas now with it behind the net. "15 seconds left now. MIT trying to find one last goal here in this one. Feed is inside. Arterburn, great save, De Buren. And the clock will run out on Bellow Field as the final score here is Tufts 17, MIT 11. And in a game that was kept close pretty much throughout its duration, the Jumbos able to find a spark in the fourth quarter, led by Margie Cardin. And the Jumbos able to put this one away, and MIT able to keep it tight early on despite a thin bench and despite facing a tough ranked Jumbos team, but ultimately the Jumbos offense able to prevail. And we will catch you shortly after this with the men's broadcast, who will be facing Williams at 7 p.m. Thank you all for joining us here on JumboCast today.
Let me show you something.